Alright, what's up everyone? Today we're going to be working on, well in this video we're going to be working on building a new intercooler tank for the truck, because we figured out in testing that one, it's a little small, only like a gallon and a half or 2 gallons, and it was, I mean the IATs were sub 100 degrees, but it just, like, there's so many ports on the front of it, way more than it needs. It only needs 2 and it has like 8, and I can't get them to stop leaking. And then honestly, I shouldn't have put it in the bed. I should have put it in the cab in the passenger side, but I had put it in the bed because I wanted to keep it like street friendly, you know, someone could ride with me, but I don't really care. Personally, no one's really ever going to sit in the passenger seat. So the other issue is the lid. The opening's pretty small. It's only like a 4.5 inch opening. It's not very large, so it's pretty hard to get ice in there without dropping it everywhere. So I'd have to spend between rounds like 5-10 minutes getting all the ice out of the bed so it wouldn't melt and drip onto the track or in front of my tire or anything like that. So yeah, we're gonna be building a new intercooler tank. So we got this material. I built a bunch of stuff out of this. It's just, I don't know, 1/8 inch thick aluminum. I don't know what grade of material it is. I just know it welds nice. So I'm just gonna build a big square because these pieces are already pre-bent. I just have to bend them more 90. But so this box will turn out being 7.5 gallons. Alright everybody, so saw in that time lapse I prepped up all the material. These are the last 3 sheets I have of this pre-bent stuff. So turns out it's not going to be a 7-gallon tank. It's going to be just over 5.5 with the pieces I had left. I didn't have one that had a 12-inch leg on both sides. One of the legs is only 10 and 15/16, so I just cut everything down to that, and it's just going to be a square. Get this prepped up and maybe tack it together and then play around with where I want to put stuff and get some parts and stuff on order for it. Alright, so we got it tacked up, but I didn't think through some things. I don't know if the time lapse will be able to show, but what I was originally going to do was just take 3 bent pieces, put one where this edge would be here and it would fold over, and then another one where the, you know, would like wrap around pretty much. Well, I didn't fully think it through that if I make all the pieces the same length, these are wider than 10 and 15/16. So they came up short. Didn't even think about that. So see, those pieces are 12 inches wide, and I cut everything on the length at 10 and 15/16. So now what I got to do is split this piece in half so that I can have two end caps here. And then obviously there'd be a weld all the way around. Weld all the way around, weld it here. And then, yeah, I mean, this is looking like it's gonna be a pretty good size. Alright, so I did forget to turn the camera on to time lapse the welding. But I got the two holes drilled. So I'm gonna have it return on the opposite side of the feed. And I have the feed pretty much as low as I would want it. Hopefully it clears. I'm just kind of doing this as I go because the truck's still in the trailer. So here's like a rough sketch. Obviously I cannot draw a circle. As you can tell, it's like a not circle. So, but this is about, I mean, this is an 8-inch diameter circle. So this is about how big the opening is going to be now to get ice and water in. Whereas before it was like maybe a 4-inch hole, 4 or 5-inch hole maybe. Not very big. So it's all welded. Not my finest work, I will admit that. But this material has sat outside for a long time. So it was kind of hard to keep, like, get super clean. Like, I wire brushed it pretty good until it was shiny, if you can't tell. Like right there. I wire brushed it and acetoned it and everything, and it's still just, like, you can see a little salt and pepper there in some of the welds, but you know, still really learning how to weld aluminum. I like it better personally. The plan is now is I need to open these holes up a little bit for these -16 bungs. So they don't currently fit in there. I mean, I could grind that off and just line it up and weld it on, but I'd rather have this lip to keep it aligned. So one bung will go there, and then one bung will go up here. I'm gonna try and mount the pump to the tank so that it can all just, I can disconnect the lines and it can all come out as a unit. Whenever the lid shows up and I get a bigger drill to drill at these holes, we'll bring it back and show the final product, and then just make some little mounting feet. Alright, got the lid in, it's on the time lapse. I ended up tapping these holes so I can thread them in. As you can see, it's substantially larger than the old opening. I feel like this actually looks like a legit ice tank. So all I got left to do for welding on this is the mounting feet and put some RTV under here to seal it. Nice part about this lid is it comes off completely, so I can put it any way I want. Boom. Feel like that looks pretty good. So, yeah, when I get more done, there'll be some more updates on it. All right, got the mount for the new pump done. I think I found the settings that I like. The top's a little ugly because there was a gap, but I welded all this. I don't know the exact hertz because the prime weld is a little weird, but I mean it's from 40 to 200 hertz, and I had it like there, which I think is 120. So I backed it down to what I think is 60, and then I upped the balance a little from like here to here. And I mean, these are the welds I was getting before. If it'll focus, you know, same amperage, 130 amps with the little number 5 cup and 3/32 tungsten, whatever the gray one is. I don't know, it's balling up kind of funny on there. So same amperage, just changed the frequency and the balance. And I went from that to that. Yeah, so the pump's gonna sit there. All right, here it is. This is basically exactly how it's gonna look. I've been thinking about kind of ways to battle condensation. And what I've been seeing a lot of people doing is like Rhino-Line or truck bed coating their tanks and intercoolers. So I think what I might do, since I have a couple cans of that stuff, is just Rhino-Line the whole thing to try and cut down on the condensation. All right, so there it is. I didn't measure anything other than figuring out how much the tank held, and it seems to fit. And be nice and easy to get handfuls of ice in there. All I got to do is make some little mounting feet, have them probably bulkhead like right here in this area, and then just have 2 lines run over to here. And I've got these 16 AN to 3/4 MPT fittings I didn't even realize I had, so I'll probably just do those and then push lock line maybe. I don't know. It is done. I ended up truck bed liner. I only had 1 can. We'll see if that does anything. If not, I can pull it back out and do more, but as you can see, we got pump down in there, line off of it, and they run up through the firewall, then it comes back, goes into the top of the tank, and then just shorten the wiring over there, pops through the firewall right there. And I thought I had some other fittings. Well, first off, I thought these were gonna work in my intercooler, but these are 1-inch thread or 16 ORB or whatever you want to, I don't know, but they don't fit in the intercooler, so I had to go back to the same barbs I had. But just use the push lock here, and it just runs up and into the intercooler. What do you think? Putting you on the spot.
Not my feet for free. This is, you gotta pay for those.
Yeah. What do you think?
That was good.
Like the new tank, do you think it's going to work better?
Hopefully. Do you have to make another one?
I don't want to make another one.
I don't want to watch you make another one.
Unless people want to buy them.
Yeah, that's acceptable. That will be up on a website coming very soon.
Turn it on for you real quick so you can hear it. Oh, I turned the power off. So I'm gonna have to listen to that now, which is whatever, it's a race car. I won't be able to hear it anyway with the engine running. But since I actually plumbed it right this time, because before I had the feed coming in the top and going out the bottom, it got a huge air pocket in it. Now I have the feed coming in the bottom and going out the top, so it just pushes all the air out every time. So there is that.